In the headlines, Prime Minister Skerrit named new cabinet designed to deliver the party's manifesto. DEC says strictly local Christmas village opens, featuring alternative Christmas gift offerings. And the IOM says it is time for research into Dominica's migrant population. I'm Andrea Louis with the Channel 5 News. Back with the details after this.
Flow is bringing you the best Christmas deals. Unwrap great prepaid deals like the ZTE Blade A3 Lite for $169 with a 7-day always-on prepaid plan and free gift. Amazing postpaid deals start with a Samsung Galaxy A10s for $159 when you sign up for a medium or large postpaid plan with unlimited weekend minutes to talk and talk this holiday. So this Christmas, get the latest phones at the best prices on the fastest network. Because with Flow, Christmas only gets better. Visit discoverflow.co. Terms and conditions apply.
There's a reason you get up on a morning. A reason you pick yourself up. Start the day. Maybe it's because you know people like you are waiting for people just like you. For Republic Bank, that reason is you. It's all about making a difference in your life. Because after 182 years, if it's one thing we're sure about, is that the difference is you.
Republic Bank. We're the one for you.
Here are some tips to reduce mosquito presence in and around your home. Keep water storage containers properly covered. Remove containers that can collect water from your surroundings. Keep garbage bins tightly covered. Pick up your litter and remove all tires from your yard. Keep gutters free of leaves and twigs to prevent stagnant water. Prevent Zika, dengue, and chikungunya. Fight the bite. This is a public service announcement from the Dominica Red Cross.
This message is supported by Flow.
Flow is bringing you the best Christmas deals. Unwrap great prepaid deals like the ZTE Blade A3 Lite for $169 with a 7-day always-on prepaid plan and free gift. Amazing postpaid deals start with a Samsung Galaxy A10s for $159 when you sign up for a medium or large postpaid plan with unlimited weekend minutes to talk and talk this holiday. So this Christmas, get the latest phones at the best prices on the fastest network. Because with Flow, Christmas only gets better. Visit discoverflow.co. Terms and conditions apply.
Thank you for staying with us. First up, Prime Minister Roosevelt Skerrit says his new cabinet is fit for purpose in that it will ensure the party's social contract with the people of Dominica, as outlined in the manifesto, is accomplished. The new cabinet was named on Tuesday. Prime Minister Skerrit is himself responsible for finance, resilience, economic affairs, investment, planning, sustainable development, telecommunications, and broadcasting.
You will have immediately noticed, therefore, that the ministerial portfolios closely mirror the policy commitments made in our recent manifesto. This is a signal of the government's intention to deliver on our vision for dynamic Dominica. In many instances, the names and formulations of the ministries are new. They represent a departure from the traditional nomenclature with which you would have been accustomed. I have repeatedly stressed that Dominica must fully modernize the way we do business at both the levels of the private sector and the government. I have therefore used some more modern formulations for ministerial portfolio assignments. In the nomenclature and the assignment of portfolios, I am looking to the future of the country and the future of the Dominica Labour Party.
The Labour Party won the 6th December general elections with an overwhelming 18-seat majority over the United Workers' Party. The Prime Minister has acknowledged the increased parliamentary majority, setting him on a path for a 4th term as leader. He calls the election victory historic and unprecedented. But to those who made victory possible, he said this.
It made me proud to be Dominican. Not because the results favored the Labour Party and me, but because it showed the maturity and intelligence of the ordinary Dominicans who were inundated with and had to wade through a flood of information and a considerable amount of real and fake news before making the decision. The Dominican electorate was fed a daily diet of information and misinformation from multiple sources, inside and outside Dominica. We saw ourselves and events in our country portrayed in the most negative light in the regional and international media. The electorate was called upon to assess and determine fake from real news, between lies and truth, honesty from deception, and between development and destruction. On Thursday, December 5th, except in Marigot and to some extent in Salisbury, calm descended all over Dominica. Those of us who are students of politics knew that the people had made their choice and were only then waiting to vote.
The Prime Minister rejects the opposition's view that only its 3 seats are legitimate.
Elections in Dominica in all 21 constituencies were run under the same laws, processes, and rules. One cannot accept the results in 3 constituencies as good, trustworthy, and legitimate, while rejecting the results in the other 18 constituencies. There will be a parliament made up of 21 elected members in this honorable house, ladies and gentlemen. There's a level of illogic and absurdity in this reasoning and approach that will not stand the test of scrutiny at the national or international levels.
Mr. Skerritt had this message for the leader of the opposition, who has vowed to challenge the outcome of the election in court, claiming it was stolen.
To the United Workers' Party opposition and its leader, I say, the elections are over. The time for national healing, reconciliation, and unity has come. All the observers, including your friends, have pronounced the elections of Dominica free and fair. I understand that you have a role as opposition, but I implore you to put the divisive and destructive rancor and revolt behind you. We are one people. This is our country, Dominica. Let us all work together to build a dynamic Dominica.
In related news, taking a look now at the new cabinet sworn in on Tuesday.
Honorable Reginald Austri, Minister for Housing and Urban Development. He is also Senior Minister. Honorable Rayburn Blackmore, National Security and Home Affairs Minister. Honorable Kenneth Daru, Foreign Affairs, International Business and Diaspora Affairs. Honorable Fidel Grant is the new Minister for Agriculture, National Food Security and the Blue and Green Economy. Honorable Denise Charles, Minister for Tourism, International Transport and Maritime Initiatives. Honorable Dr. Addis King has responsibility for youth development and empowerment, youth at risk, gender affairs, seniors security, and Dominicans with disabilities. Honorable Ian Douglas is Minister for Trade, Commerce, Entrepreneurship, Innovation, Business and Export Development. Honorable Greta Roberts is Minister for Governance, Public Service Reform, Citizen Empowerment, Social Justice and Ecclesiastical Affairs. Honorable Kozia Frederick, Minister for Environment, Rural Modernization and Kalinago Upliftment. The portfolio of health, wellness and new health investment moves to the Honorable Irvin McIntyre. Senator the Honorable Gregory Revere is Minister of State in the Ministry of Finance, Economic Affairs and Planning. Honorable Edward Regist, Minister of State in the Ministry of Foreign Affairs, International Business and Diaspora Relations. Honorable Shakira Lockhart Hippolyte, Parliamentary Secretary in the Ministry of Tourism, International Transport and Maritime Initiatives with special responsibility for air and seaport operations. Honorable Kent Edwards, Parliamentary Secretary in the Ministry of Health, Wellness and New Health Investment. Honorable Kassani Laville is now the new Minister for Public Works and the Digital Economy. Honorable Rosalind Paul is now in charge of Sports, Culture and Community Development. The new Minister for Education, Human Resource Planning, Vocational Training and National Excellence is Honorable Octavia Alfred. Senator the Honorable Oscar George is Minister of State with responsibility for telecommunications and broadcasting. The Honorable Levi Peter is expected to continue as Attorney General. Joseph Isaac will serve as new Speaker of the House of Assembly with Catherine Daniel as his deputy.
In more top stories, Antigua and Barbuda's Prime Minister Gaston Brown has congratulated the government and the people of Dominica on the 6th December victory at the polls. Brown says the 20% of Antigua's population is made up of Dominicans. He says the islands are inexplicably linked and have a lot in common.
Today, I congratulate Roosevelt and the other parliamentarians for taking 18 of the 21 seats. Clearly, the people of Dominica have spoken, and you have spoken resoundingly.
Brown says it is in the best interest of Antigua and Barbuda that violence is not allowed to win in Dominica's elections.
That Antigua and Barbuda and Dominica, we have common electors. We have common citizens and residents. And any instability that would have persisted and was successful in Dominica could have been easily imported in Antigua and Barbuda. That's true. And that is why I said just before the last general elections that Dominicans should guard against those who seek to burn this country into the ground so that it could become king of the ashes. And I said that not to interfere in your domestic politics, but in protection of my own country. Because I realize that if there were individuals who were able to achieve the governance of this country through violence, then they will import it in Antigua and Barbuda. So it was in my interest and the interest of the people of Antigua and Barbuda to stand against electoral violence. And you have sent a message. You have made it abundantly clear that violence in politics will not pay. And those who persist in violence in politics will surely pay. And I find it astonishing that there are individuals who are seeking to legitimize 3 seats and to delegitimize 18 seats using the same electoral process. But that is a matter for the Dominican people.
Brown noted that in the lead-up to the elections, Dominicans did not only have to fight against electoral violence, but against external intervention.
In fact, Dominica has sent a resounding message to the rest of the world. You have said to them, especially the powerful, that notwithstanding your small size, that you will not subject Dominica to hegemonistic control. And the international community, they have representatives here today. And I hope that the result of the last general elections in Dominica will be a lesson for them. Because at the end of the day, we as small island states fighting to ensure the viability of our respective countries, fighting to uplift the living standards of our people, we do not fight ideological wars. We have no ideological war to fight. We are about pragmatism, about providing for our people.
In more developments, St. Vincent and the Grenadines' Prime Minister, Honorable Ralph Gonsalves, says the Dominican electorate has repudiated foreign interference in its elections by the results of the 6th December general elections. Gonsalves says Dominica's election on 6th December was done the right way, following established principles.
I know that this country is not for sale. And I know that this country too will never, ever be subject to a coup by electoral observer mission. We do it the fair way. We start to line up, polls open at 7. We start to line up at 5 o'clock.
Yes.
And we provide a quiet yet deafening answer to those who would want to subvert the will of the people. And very quietly, the people of Dominica gave the message. And from it, I know, and the world knows, that heard melodies are sweet, but those unheard are sweeter. And sweetest is the quietude of voters in a free country lining up to vote and electing their government in an atmosphere of peace, tranquility, and security.
Prime Minister Gonzalez took special note of the number of women elected to serve and sworn in as ministers in this Labour Party government.
That there is a multitude of women, 8 of them eight victorious candidates for Labour went to the polls, and 8 have been successful. The women are on the move. They represent the best in our Caribbean civilization. Congratulations to the women of Labour. To win a 4th term individually and a 5th term as a party is the political equivalent of climbing Mount Everest. Many have tried hitherto, and few have reached that mountaintop.
Barbados' Prime Minister Mia Mottley said now that the election is over, nation building should be the focus. As the only female leader in CARICOM, the number of women in the Labour Party government was not lost on the Barbados leader.
We are here conscious that elections are times when a society and a people can reflect. But when the election is over, then the singular purpose of building a nation and forging a people must occupy us all. Prime Minister, you have done what many have dreamt of and what few have achieved. And for that, you must be congratulated. For there is no other way to put it. That you have done so also against the background of forging a new path for the women of this nation is an inspiration not just for the women of Dominica, but for the women of the Caribbean.
You are watching the Channel 5 News. Stay tuned for more after the break.
Flow is bringing you the best Christmas deals. Unwrap great prepaid deals like the ZTE Blade A3 Lite for $169 with a 7-day always-on prepaid plan and free gift. Amazing postpaid deals start with a Samsung Galaxy A10s for $159 when you sign up for a medium or large postpaid plan with unlimited weekend minutes to talk and talk this holiday. So this Christmas, get the latest phones at the best prices on the fastest network. Because with Flow, Christmas only gets better. Visit discoverflow.co. Terms and conditions apply.
Si ou ni maladie HIV et bien maladie sexuelle, si ou pas protéger corps lors qu'on est sexe avec plusieurs monde, ça kay mette la vie ou en gros danger. Ou ka exposer tout partenaire au poison et que tant qu'il a vini avec maladie. Servez yon condom chaque fois ou qu'on est sexe. Changer qui est important pour découvrir maladie à bonheur ou ça vivre en bonne santé même si ou ni maladie HIV. Pour responsabilité, protéger corps et puis les autres. Examiner corps. Aidez du bout si même maladie HIV et l'autre maladie sexuelle.
Flow is bringing you the best Christmas deals. Unwrap great prepaid deals like the ZTE Blade A3 Lite for $169 with a 7-day always-on prepaid plan and free gift. Amazing postpaid deals start with a Samsung Galaxy A10s for $159 when you sign up for a medium or large postpaid plan with unlimited weekend minutes to talk and talk this holiday. So this Christmas, get the latest phones at the best prices on the fastest network. Because with Flow, Christmas only gets better. Visit discoverflow.co. Terms and conditions apply.
Welcome back. DEC's second annual Strictly Local Christmas Village got off to a good start on Wednesday. The event was organized to showcase items produced by local manufacturers, agro-processors, craftsmen, and service providers. President of the Dominica Arts and Crafts Producers Association, DACPA, Vanessa Lisa Winston, says she is impressed with the number of local producers who turned out.
The most important thing, it is nice to actually see people came out, because last night while we were here fixing up and everything, we're saying, but nobody's coming. But remember, it had a lot of rain, so we're like, oh my God, where are the people? Why are they not coming and set up? But people came in early this morning and start organizing themselves, and right now we are happy to see that the majority, 90% of our tables are filled. I think some people are still delayed and had certain weather conditions that delay their production. That's why they're not here, but definitely so far so good.
Winston believes participation in the Strictly Local Christmas Village will help boost the self-esteem of local manufacturers.
It gives certain persons a certain level of pride, because knowing that well, DECSA is a reputable organization in relation to like product development and so forth. And being part of the Strictly Local, you know that you will be scrutinized under DECSA as to the level of your product and your productivity and what level you at. So definitely it gives them a certain, how should I say, boost of expression, boost of esteem to know that they're part of it. And what would help even more is to see the local really come out and support. And this year we did much more promotion than last year. So we're hoping that we'll have much more persons come out and support and let our manufacturers be empowered and continue producing.
Channel 5 News also spoke to other producers and manufacturers who were at the Strictly Local Christmas Village.
I make bags and purses, hence the name GW Bags and Purses. I basically think of it, I can do it. I do in the backpack and the totes. Right now I have clutches, I just do a few pouches. I designed my own bucket bag. Yes, and my own travel bag, so that's what is there now. I'm hoping that people become more familiar with my business and my products, and that they find interest in it and give me a little sale.
Owner of Sharon's Cocoa Sticks was also present at last year's Strictly Local Christmas Village and says the support from the public was encouraging.
It was very, very good. It was very supportive. The people them really came out and support local, and then I think Dominicans they understood now what really to support local. I think it is getting to them that we have to look for natural and for healthy things that we can stay longer. So that is why DECSA, I commend them for that, to bring in all these strictly local, because we will have to look like health conscious for us to live longer, and this is why DECSA has come on board.
Sharon is calling for greater patronage from the public and plans to grow her business in 2020.
Dominicans, please come out and support us, please, and support us strongly. From this exposure, I want to expand even more and more into my product. I would really like to go further and further, like creating like the baskets, like the cocoa baskets where people can travel. I would really like to do the cappuccino cocoa. I'd really like to go into that. So I'd really like to go into further for next year. Hopefully, if God spare, I'm still alive, then you'll see my products as expanding.
The Strictly Local Christmas Village ends on Friday, 20th December. And a call for proper research into Dominica's migrant population for effective policies to come into play. Julian Morris has that story.
The suggestion from project manager of the International Organization for Migration, Maxine Aline Esprit, as Dominica joined the world in observance of International Migrants Day on Wednesday. International Migrants Day is used to highlight the contributions made by migrants and the challenges they face. Aline Esprit believes research on Dominica's migrant population would assist in improving the environment for migrants in the country.
We really have a need to collect data on the migration, let's say the landscape of migration in Dominica before we can begin to think about setting any kind of policies or anything to do with migration. We do need data. Our decisions need to be fact-based. We may have opinions that are based on what people speak about on the streets or what our own individual feelings or fears might be sometimes. So we really need to look at the facts. So we hope that we can maybe the academia locally as well as regionally and government institutions and organizations like ourselves will become more involved in gathering data so that we can more truly understand what the situation is here in Dominica.
The IOM project coordinator went on to explain that proper policies and procedures could be enacted if the correct data is collected on Dominica's migrant population.
One of the projects that we are moving into right now is called Migrants in Crisis, and it looks at how do we, in our context for instance, how do we prepare the migrant communities for disasters? How do they know what they should do in the event of a hurricane or a volcano or an earthquake or flooding? Do they know that the area where they're living potentially is a flood zone or is prone to flooding? And so that is in a disaster management context. How do we communicate and who do we communicate with and where are they? What are the numbers? How many people do we need to cater to in our emergency preparation? What communities have larger populations that need to be communicated with in a certain language, etc. So those are, on a very basic level, that would be one of the policy aspects, for instance.
Flow is bringing you the best Christmas deals. Unwrap great prepaid deals like the ZTE Blade A3 Lite for $169 with a 7-day always-on prepaid plan and free gift. Amazing postpaid deals start with a Samsung Galaxy A10s for $159 when you sign up for a medium or large postpaid plan with unlimited weekend minutes to talk and talk this holiday. So this Christmas, get the latest phones at the best prices on the fastest network. Because with Flow, Christmas only gets better. Visit discoverflow.co. Terms and conditions apply.
Here are some tips to reduce mosquito presence in and around your home. Keep water storage containers properly covered. Remove containers that can collect water from your surroundings. Keep garbage bins tightly covered. Pick up your litter and remove all tires from your yard. Keep gutters free of leaves and twigs to prevent stagnant water. Prevent Zika, dengue, and chikungunya. Fight the bite. This is a public service announcement from the Dominica Red Cross.
This message is supported by Flow.
Flow is bringing you the best Christmas deals. Unwrap great prepaid deals like the ZTE Blade A3 Lite for $169 with a 7-day always-on prepaid plan and free gift. Amazing postpaid deals start with a Samsung Galaxy A10s for $159 when you sign up for a medium or large postpaid plan with unlimited weekend minutes to talk and talk this holiday. So this Christmas, get the latest phones at the best prices on the fastest network. Because with Flow, Christmas only gets better. Visit discoverflow.co. Terms and conditions apply.
To end the news, the headlines again. Prime Minister Skerrit named new cabinet designed to deliver the party's manifesto. Dexter's Strictly Local Christmas Village opens, featuring alternative Christmas gift offerings. And the IOM says it is time for proper research into Dominica's migrant population. Feel free to contact us at news@marpin2k4.com. You can also access our past newscasts on our YouTube channel. On behalf of the entire production team, I am Andrea Louis, and to all of our viewers around the world, thank you so much for watching. Join us tomorrow.